was hitting him with.
My bad, I was having some tech difficulties.
Because he was a static target for...
Here, let me mute it. They stopped the fight in round number 11. Jazza Dickens was getting battered up. I predicted he was going to win, you know, or more so thought Galahad was going to win, but I didn't think that. Put it this way, I thought that Jazza Dickens would have done a little bit better. Now, the first fight I ever covered of Jazza Dickens was when he fought Rigondeaux. Forgot how many years ago was that, and Rigondeaux broke his jaw. If you don't know, Guillermo Rigondeaux was going to be taking on John Rio Casimiro next week on Showtime for the WBO 118-pound title. He fought Jazza Dickens at, let me make sure I see the weight correctly. Was that 122 or what? 122 pounds. This fight took place at 126. James Jazza Dickens, excuse me, Kid Galahad is now the IBF Featherweight 126-pound champion. This is the belt that Josh Warrington, who's there, dropped. Now, I went back to watch my video, and I did have Barry Galahad defeating Warrington when they fought. Look at that ring, jeez. But anyway, let me turn it up. Listen in, please subscribe. Take your time out, like the video.
Was in no position to continue. Your winner by RSC and the new IBF Featherweight Champion of the World from Sheffield, England, Kid Galahad.
Nice little card. I'll rate it a B overall. Fight of the night was Alan Babbage versus Mark Bennett. He's a champion, strap him up.
He has hunted for the better part of 18 months. He felt he'd done enough first time around against Josh Warrington. It was close, he definitely, and he did enough tonight.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and say the division where he's champion, that division is shit. Now, let me just go ahead before we listen to the post-fight interview and tell you pretty much, listen, Gary Russell, I was at his last fight, and this was before COVID, like January of 2020. Look where we are right now, August, he still hasn't fought. He's the WBC champion. Leo Santa Cruz is the WBA super. He hasn't fought and defended that title since February of 2019. Okay, you listen to what I'm saying here, right? Kid Galahad, Barry, just won this title, IBF, the one that Josh Warrington vacated to fight Mauricio Lara, excuse me. Emmanuel Navarrete is their WBO. He's moved up to 126 after somewhat of a lackluster run at 122. Only fights of note was 2 Dog Bay fights. So the question I have right now is, now he's already trying Eddie Hearn to try to get Lee Wood, who defeated You Can't last week, to defend to win the WBA regular title, but he's trying to get Lee Wood elevated so that that can possibly be unified. And basically, Santa Cruz has got to give up that belt, and the WBA makes me sick. They sicken me. The WBA, I digress. The WBA make me sick, man. It's a shitty organization. And the WBA just came out with some news recently that they're going to try again to get rid of all these bullshit belts that they got. You know, one day, I was actually stalking WBA president Gilberto Mendoza when he was in here in Philly. I was stalking him and Fred from Barbershop Conversations. Got into some shit with AK and Barack from the Zone. Long story, Blue Blood was there, of all people. Anyway, crazy story. So I'm stalking the WBA president and Fred at the J-Rock versus Jason Rosario weigh-in in Philly at Temple University. Because Fred, for one, long story there, we already talked about that many times, but the WBA president, I wanted to grill him and ask him, like, so yeah, what's going on with these belts? When Klitschko was still champion, you said you was going to be getting rid of all of these belts. What happened to that tournament you was talking about? But anyway, we're here to talk about Kid Galahad. I don't want to get too far down the trough here. We're waiting for his post-fight interview. Are they going to give him one? Or are they back? I was going to say, don't disrespect Fight Camp. They're back. unblemished fight of the night.
Well, a
Ebony
truly
Bridges' second round
dominant performance,
stoppage.
and
Here we
I'm
are.
delighted
Listen in.
to
Please
say
subscribe.
alongside me right now is the new featherweight champion of the world. Congratulations.
Thank
That
you
is
very much.
an amazing performance that we just saw there. You've been waiting a long time for this. Can you sum up your emotions?
I've been waiting 19 years for this, and it's finally here. Finally got it. IBF champion of the whole world. Not a little bit, the whole world. This doesn't say regular champion, this says world champion.
That performance that you just put on out there, a lot of people were doubting you heading into this. People were saying that you hadn't been in the ring for 18 months. People were saying that you looked a little bit gaunt in the weigh-in as well. Did you show him all wrong?
Speculations in it, you know, people can think what they want, but I come to fight. I'm a full-time professional. I don't take no days off. And you've seen it inside the ring. I boxed Jazza Dickens, who's probably, he will become a world champion 100%, no doubt, without a doubt. He'll be a world champion. You know, I'm just over the moon. Thank you, Eddie Hearn. If it weren't for Eddie, I won't be in this position right now. Thank you to DAZN TV. It's over the moon, man.
We'll give you a second to catch your breath, because Eddie, obviously, what he'll want to know next is, well, I mean, you call the shots now. This is you now with the IBF featherweight title around your belt, literally on you. What does he do next? Who can go to next, Eddie?
You know, firstly, this young man has dedicated his life to the sport of boxing. I think if he would...
Sweat.
Totally.
No tears.
You know,
just
and you've been out of the ring for a year and a half, but you ain't been out of the gym for one day.
But did you see when I got in there, how tunnel vision I was, Eddie? Everyone else fell apart. Josh Warrington, Kanzu, they were all out shorter than me, and they all fell apart. But look what I did in there today.
You did it.
18 months, and I went in there and smashed them from pillar to post. And what happened with them two? They got smashed from pillar to post.
Barry, I want to ask you a little bit, because we caught up with you a little while ago, and you were saying part of your motivation for this, to go out and win this, is the late, great Brendan Ingle, and what it would mean to you to win it, because he knew you could do it, and he never doubted you, did he?
100%. You know, Brendan said to me, I'm going to win everything from sub-bantamweight up to lightweight. And no one believed me, everyone doubted me. He says, you're going to be world champion at numerous weights. You know, before I met Brendan, I would have probably been locked up or in jail. He was the only person who gave me hope. And if it weren't for boxing, if it weren't for Eddie and DAZN TV,
Yeah,
Brendan
he stayed with the
Ingle,
little feet.
my mum, I'll probably be locked up or dead.
It was Nassim who told you where to go as well, isn't it?
Nassim, I met him at the
Before,
local
in the
mosque.
past.
I said to him, Naz, I want to be a champion like you. And he says to me, if you want to be a champion like me, you need to go to find the guy. He's got a gym, St. Thomas Boxing Club. And his name's Brendan Ingle, and he'll take you to a champion. And the rest is history. Went, met Brendan, that's it.
And now you're following in his footsteps, and you used to travel every day on a bus to that gym, didn't you?
Every single day, 2 buses. 45, and I used to get for 5:45 to get there for 6:45. Every single day from the age of 12 years old.
Talk about dedication. We know that fighters dedicated, but you literally moved across the road from that gym, didn't you? So you didn't miss a
100%.
moment.
When I was 15, I moved out my area. Brendan says, if you live in this area, you're going to end up locked up or dead. I lived in a crappy house at the bottom of the road with about 5 other boxes. There were rats and everything. I used to have a mattress on the floor. And I lived there from the age of 15 until I was 20, until I got enough money and I got my own house.
Your family mean everything to you. You said that before.
Yeah.
How's your mum going to be celebrating this?
She's over here somewhere. She's over the moon. You know, it will come from nothing. And hopefully, you
Hi,
know,
Mom.
make a few quid out of this and get a nice house and get out of the area.
Eddie, it's an amazing story. There's a lot of stories in fighting, but this one quite special.
Absolutely, and pure dedication to the sport. You know, I think now the chance is there for him to go and dominate the division or attempt to do so. It's going to be really difficult
I am
to
going to
beat.
dominate the division.
Well, you're going to get the
I
chances.
always told you.
You did.
I'm going to dominate this division.
You did. You're going to get the chances to do it. The rest is up to you. Domestically,
As long
it's
as you
red
tell
hot
me,
right now.
As long as you tell me you give me the opportunity, I will make sure I clean up this division.
Well, the opportunities will be there.
That's it.
They'll be put in front of you, and it's down to you. And
Let me
I know
ask
you
a
won't
question.
be. Go
Have
on.
I ever turned down a fight from you?
No.
Ever in history?
No.
I never
And I know
take a
you
fight
won't.
that-
So
and
we're
I
going to have a
never-
nice defence in Sheffield later this year, and then you're going to get a chance to win another belt. And all of the belts, you'll get the opportunity to do it.
That's
You're
it.
going to be tough to beat, mate.
No one's
Barry,
gonna beat
Barry,
me.
who do you want next? Because we see Lee Wood last week, one out here against
I just
Zucan.
beat the guy who beat Lee Wood. And look, this is IBF champion of the whole world. This is not a regular title. This ain't no Mickey Mouse title. This is the IBF champion of the world. Does it
Fuck
say
that's
regular
bad.
anywhere on this belt? It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Exactly.
that shit.
And that's the difference. You know, if he can get him elevated to super champion, then we can do something. But I just beat the man who beat him. So, you know, I think Jazza should get a title shot at Lee Wood and see where it goes from there. I think Jazza could beat him. Jazz, I'm telling you now, I'll be world champion without
Good
a doubt.
fighter. Respect to him.
100%.
Brave as they come.
Yeah. More than brave.
Listen, Barry, Kid Galahad
Thank
is
you.
around there. IBF Featherweight champion of the world. Amazing.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you. What a fight as well.
Thank you.
Eddie Hearn, thanks so much. Go and enjoy yourself. Well done, Barry.
All right, I gotta go walk my dog, mate. I've been here for almost. I've been here since the 1 o'clock card on Matchroom. The Matchroom. I've been here for 5 hours. Okay. So what I'm going to say is, okay, Barry, I like that. He woke me up. I like the moxie. Now, I do think he could defeat Lee Wood. The problem I have is, can he get the unification fights? Leo Santa Cruz is holding that belt title, bro. It's an issue with PBC fighters when they come off of a huge fight. Did you notice? Unless, like, if they lose, they go on, like, a long-ass layoff and start holding shit up. Like, bro. But Gary Russell, we don't know what's going on with that. He's going to come back. He's going to have to fight his mandatory or give up the title. You see what I'm saying? And Emmanuel Navarrete, that's a fight co-promotionally, Matchroom and Top Rank. Navarrete is promoted by Top Rank. They can make that fight. But the fight to go for, even though he did just beat the man that beat Lee Wood, the fight to go for is to get Lee Wood elevated. And then he can capture another legitimate title, because I think he can beat Lee Wood. Now, he did kind of like, you know, not seem like he was interested in the fight. By the way, here they're talking about the champions right now. Let me turn it up.
The first, in the first 4 rounds, that, you know, be pick and choose, you know, who's going to be, who can take control of it.
Right.
And I think Kid did that.
That's Josh
Warrington.
Warrington.
After 4, I had him in front by 1, but then from then onwards, he just dominated the pace. Just little clever things by nullifying, and then just going on from there.
By the way, Josh Warrington's fighting Mauricio Lara in a rematch. Lord knows I forgot when that fight's going to take place. I'm sorry. Also, yeah, where does he fit into the mix? Is that going to be an eliminator? It's going to be interesting to see, you know, what goes on. But 126 right now, it's a tough division because of politics, you know? But I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightV360.com. We cover every single major fight live. Shout out to Barry, dominating performance over Jazza Dickens. No disrespect to Jazza Dickens, but he was supposed to dominate him. And, you know, like, he did what he was supposed to do to capture his belt. Please subscribe, take your time out, like the video. And also, follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Contra. Right there on the, is it this way? That way, I always forget. There you go. Please subscribe.